Greetings, math friends. I thought I'd take a look at some of my frustrations in trying to convert code that I had done in MATLAB for a graduate class that I had done into Python. My coding experience is fairly minimal. I started having experience with coding using BASIC on Commodores. I had to use some MATLAB in one of the classes that I did in a graduate class. By the grace of God, I was able to teach myself LaTeX a couple of summers ago, and I kind of followed some advice that I came across when it comes to coding, and that advice was that if you want to learn to code, that you should find a problem that you want to solve and solve it. And I did that quite literally with LaTeX. I worked through a problem, put my notes together, and then I tried to type those notes out with all the notation and the spacing that I wanted using LaTeX. And I was able to get those notes together. I didn't understand how everything worked at that point, but I got it well enough that I was able to have this nice presentation for my notes, beautifully, or at least pretty, in the way that it was typeset. So I came close to Dr. New's goal when he created LaTeX. I had some pretty notes that were nicely typeset. Recently, I wanted to recreate my logo, which I had originally done in MATLAB, in Python, because I wanted to create a second logo, and to be able to do what I wanted for the second logo, I had to be able to recreate the first logo. And so I'm going to talk about some of my struggles and where I ended up and how I got to where I ended up. And out of this adventure, I ended up with 2 Python projects. The first thing that I tried to do was I looked at the MATLAB code that I had created for a graduate class. This is the code that generates the logo for my YouTube channel, and I attempted to make this a Python code. And I was hoping that it would be fairly similar in the setup, and I tried a couple different versions. I looked at some examples of code online, and I just was not able to get a working code. As I was getting ready to put together my project in MATLAB for my graduate class, I tried a project in the batch manager for Windows, just to build up my experience with putting together some code. So I wrote a little program that basically just scrolls some randomly generated characters so that it kind of gives that Matrix rainfall effect that you see in the Matrix movie. I added a couple of my own little touches to customize it, and I hid my email address as a comment. The one that you see on the screen has the email address that I had originally in there swapped out for the one that I'm currently using for this channel. As I came to the end of my frustration level, 2 or 3 days into this, I found an article that was published on Medium, and it was a nicely written article. It had 3 different links to GitHub for different fractal code samples. This article was written by a high school girl, a very talented girl, it seems. And I ended up taking her code, seeing how it operated, and then working from that point to adjust her code to give me what I wanted. This still required me to do investigations because I don't know how Python works. So any idea that I had, any modification that I wanted to make, I had to figure out how to make that happen in Python, and I had to figure out how that interacts with the libraries that were imported. And that brings me into looking at different online compilers that I came across. So I did a search for online compilers. So I tried a variety. What I ended up finding is that several of the compilers didn't seem to be handling the library imports well. There were a couple compilers that seemed to work and many that didn't seem to work for what I wanted. So as I explored trying to code, I also had to explore different online compilers. And you can see various images of compilers that I have tried, and you can see links in the description. I'm not going to say that these are safe sites to use. I'm just saying that these are things that I have attempted. So use at your own risk if you're going to use one of these. It ended up I spent most of my time on Jupyter Notebook. Again, I didn't set anything up. They have a try this version that you can click on and run different codes on there. It seemed to handle the library imports well for the different things that I tried. And the final thing that I ended up with is not a sample of everything that I did try, so you don't really see the whole process of what I tried, but you do see an end result that ended up working. So after I had managed to recreate a program that would provide the Mandelbrot set, which is my logo for my channel, I modified it by taking it to the next higher power, which creates this rotation and reflection combined that will be this new logo that I wanted to build. And then I also wanted a different color scheme for it. So I was able to accomplish that by figuring out how to build a color map in Python. And I thought I was going to be done at that point, and for a couple of days I was. Then I decided to play around with Python again. This time I wanted to see if I could create something that would ask me for input and would give me output. When I give extra credit for some of the classes that I teach, I give a 20-point maximum extra credit. And to determine how those 20 points should be assigned, I can grade on a normal grading scale. So 100% would be 20 points, and then that would scale down depending on what the percentage is. And normally I would just sketch this out algebraically and then do it on the calculator and calculate those points. But I thought maybe I could write a program that would ask me for the percentage and give me the points value that I should add for the extra credit. So I started playing around with that, and what I thought was going to be somewhat simple started to build itself into complexity. I realized that I want to have something that checks the input, and we had to make sure that the value is between 0 and 100%. We had to make sure that we're actually getting a numerical input. We need to have some kind of an error code if the wrong kind of input is put in. And so I started developing these ideas about what this program should do beyond just being a calculator. It could have just stayed as a calculator, but I developed these ideas. I wanted to make a fairly nice workable program. One of the problems that I ran into was that as I defined functions, I was having trouble getting the functions to interact with each other and call to each other so that I get this continuous cycle so that it doesn't just end after one sequence of asking me for input, giving me output. And I want it to continue to go until I tell it to terminate. from a user interface situation. So I had to look for how to make that happen. Most of my functions I was able to develop myself this time, which was great. There was one loop function that I borrowed from somebody else and modified it to become what it ended up being in my program as a loop function. So it had slightly different effects from the person that I borrowed it from to what I ended up using it as, but their example acted as a blueprint to help me to get where I wanted to go. So this ended up being my second working Python project, and it was nice to feel that success and having this turn out. This time around, I stayed in the Jupyter Notebook demo again. I didn't use the other editors. I was also able to do this without calling in libraries, which was a goal that I kind of have because I don't want to continuously rely on other people's work. I like being able to have accomplished this with mostly my own original work. So that ended up being my second project. Hopefully this has been interesting to you to hear kind of my struggles as I journeyed through looking at developing some ideas about how to develop things in Python. I don't know what codes that you have worked with in the past or what codes you have considered working with, but just know that if you feel frustrated, you're not alone. It is nice though that we're in a time and place where we can get so much help online because so many people post ideas and resources, and then you have full code samples on GitHub and other places on the internet. Let me know down in the comments if you want to share what is your favorite coding language, or which language gave you frustrations, or if you just want to reach out and say hello to us, go ahead and do that. Cheerful Calculations.